Hey there everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play for Free. This will be a relatively short review with regards to the game itself and overall, as there is little to be said on this title. I've tried at least 3 times now already to get a chance to check out and play XAM, or XAM, or XAM, however it's pronounced and called, but to no avail. Little can be said on the studio behind this title, as I am guessing this is their first title made. But anyway, it is no lessons, pretty much a simplified MOBA catering to smaller deathmatch-like rounds, focused on more action controls and the fight itself, kind of like a deathmatch. And so here I am, off to get the game started and to create an account. And all one gets to see is this. And that is all that can be said about XAM, more or less. It is to be expected. There is a post from the developers claiming that they are discontinuing the game until they can find funds to finish it. But I gave it another shot recently regardless, just to see if anything has changed. After leaving it on at one point for hours to see if it would log in whilst I was doing other things, it was clear that it has not been able to continue with its production. Now, usually I wouldn't make a video on a dead game that is possibly cancelled indefinitely. However, I feel the need to point this title out regardless. There is a chance, I'm hoping, that they get this title up and running, for the simple fact of the matter that it really looks like a great attempt, and from the single video that it has, it seems like the studio achieved some great quality with it. As for the idea of the game itself, I have no doubt in my mind that it can be successful. Dead Island Epidemic pretty much leached off the same idea and path, including the control scheme. And it has on Steam already over 17,000 reviews on it, when XAM only had something like 304. And of course, the XAM reviews, I'm just going ahead and calling it XAM. The XAM reviews are mixed, with a lot of people not recommending the game simply because it didn't have many people on it playing it at the time. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna bitch about this. I really am. People should really get to understand how the recommendations are affecting a title which could have been a really honest attempt to make something great, and pass judgment on it based on the quality of the game itself, especially when it is clearly in early access stages. Seriously, people are bitching about a game created by a small independent studio for not having many people online during an early access state, for that matter? That says a lot about a portion of our gaming community out there. XAM looks, from the videos posted alone, much cooler than Dead Island Epidemic, yet people flock to the later, obviously because of the name. Clearly, it is nothing of the mechanics and gameplay of the Dead Island series, hence does not entirely cater to those fans, as it is a spin-off into a completely different genre just to milk a franchise name. I hate to say this because I actually like Dead Island Epidemic myself, which makes me wonder, if XAM was at the same playable state that Epidemic is, which of the two would I prefer? End of the day, why not have them play both? And then gamers wonder why there are no new and fresh titles out there from developers trying to deviate with new approaches and focus on gameplay and fun. Well, I think the reason why is pretty obvious. On top of all this, their servers went down 15th of November 2014. Dead Island Epidemic released early access 20th November 2014, at 5 days after that. So clearly there's a market there for this title, and it was always there. It's a shame really to see such projects fall through. I'm hoping something changes for this title, mostly for the sake of gaming itself, although I don't really have some clear insight to the game itself, having not played it myself. It can't be that bad and should deserve a chance. After all, even with such difficulty in such a small community, the Steam reviews are neither mostly negative, neither negative. They are mixed. Clearly people saw interest in this title. I honestly believe that a title like this falling through when another almost the same with a different theme comes out 5 days later and is popular, thanks to the name alone, says a lot about our gaming community. Then again, what else is new? Perhaps they had marketing problems over at XAM, or no right marketing at all, or some other tactic that worked wrong or against them. And on the subject of things going wrong, I'm coming to see that Steam Early Access in the end does more bad to titles than it does any good. People jump onto early access games seemingly expecting and comparing them to finished or even better titles. This practice is wrong and clearly not fair on such titles. I have seen this more often than not, and now I saw it for a title that actually caught my interest as well. I have to say that Steam Early Access, for the most part, simply doesn't work. People should enter these games with the notion that they will be giving feedback and reviews on what needs fixing, what needs to be made for the final launch, and what issues they came across, whilst at the same time rate the title based on the fact that it is early access, and support it until it's released if they see elements in it that they enjoy. Not recommending an early access title because it has a small player base? Come on, Steam community, I have to believe you're better than that. One will also notice titles from larger studios that will seek to early access and founder programs, however, avoid doing this through Steam altogether and do so on their own, like say Nosgoth did, clearly as it was not a big name franchise like something like the likes of Dead Island is. They later came out on Steam when the entire early access phase was over, all the while in this way being rid of the thumbs up, thumbs down review system that could negatively affect the title, which people seem to forget is a work in progress. I personally don't think the thumbs up, thumbs down system should exist at all for an early access title. I mean, it is a system I barely consider to be right period and flawed when compared to the 5-star system or the out of 10 rating system, even the percentage rating system, and placing it on early access titles is even more beyond me and simply wrong. It is a dysfunctional system which forces the reviewer to either say yes or no to a given product when, they could clearly have a range of opinions on it. Here's to hoping this practice someday is gone and done with, though I wouldn't count on it. We have the dominating social networks to thank for this system after all. I'm not counting on people getting rid of such a large habit anytime soon. Anyway, it wasn't much, but that's it for this episode of Let's Play for Free, which was an opportunity for me to perhaps rant or even at the very least express my concerns with the Steam Early Access system. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more reviews and check out the other content on my channel as well. Until next time, this was Hazard Reborn.